What's up, everybody? It's Libertydogg. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my hat in the ring here and get in on this thing that's going on. Looks like a lot of criminal stuff from what I've been able to see. The government don't want to answer questions, so it's just allowing people to push this further and further and further instead of, dealing with the issues of what's going on. The government wants to be all secretive and hide the stuff. So there's a lot of people out there that's what's being called waking up, and the government keeping their mouth shut on this is letting it go a lot further than what it needs. I mean, if Obama's birth certificate's legit, why not break out all his selective service records and the other documents have been brought to light that would easily just dispel this? Put them up in a gallery in Washington, D.C. for a day. Let anyone in that wants to come in and look at them, and it'd be over with. But they got to play this rinky-dink game of secrecy that they do with everything, and it's just allowing people with good and bad intentions both to run wild with it. So I guess by me studying this stuff is actually giving them a reason to call me a bad guy when I'm a good guy, and I don't appreciate that. So I want to get my view out there, so that if I ever get disappeared or harassed or anything like that, then people know who I really was and what I stood for, and there won't be any doubt. So I'm Libertydogg. I love America, and I believe in the principles that are in the Constitution. I don't think the Constitution was necessarily a religious or a Christian document, but those guys all had the values of the Christian religion, and I think that they wanted those values for our country. I'm married. I have a wife and 2 kids. I believe in God. I wouldn't call myself a Christian because I'm not too sure about the whole Jesus thing. I definitely think he lived and was a good person, but I have doubts as to him being the Son of God, so I don't really know if I'm a Christian, but I definitely believe in God. I'm not racist in any way. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not racist. I had a friend who had a black friend one time, so it's all cool. I've moved all around the country. I've lived in North Carolina, Illinois, Arizona, California for a little bit, Indiana, Michigan. Indiana's the worst state I've ever lived in. Don't move to Indiana, wherever you are. I mean, unless it's Baghdad, it's got to be better than here. I did try to join the Army right after 9/11 and again last year, but they wanted me to lie about stuff I'd done in my past and say I've only did it once and learned my lesson and yada yada yada. And I told them I'm willing to admit everything I've done, and I'm willing to be 100% honest. I'm willing to take whatever classes or repercussions or extra drug tests or whatever it takes to get me into the military so I can serve my country, but I'm not willing to lie about the mistakes I've made in the past, and they wouldn't go for that. It was either lie or don't join, so I ended up not joining. I know people may not believe everything I say because they don't know me, so I try to use the bird of a feather flock together thing here, so you can see people who have similar viewpoints as me here on YouTube. They're not me, and they don't speak for me, and I don't speak for them, and we've never met, but from the videos that I can see, their principles are what I'm agreeing with, and those are people like Bubba and Simple Dan and Armed Ghosts, the USA Freedom guy. He's pretty cool. OEF, what was it? OEF, SOF Soldier. A Gatekeeper 77777 guy with a bounty on his head. Northwatch. And there's another guy, his name is Castillo77. Does some really nice tributes to our heroes that die every week, and every week he updates it, and it's an excellent way to go pay tribute to our fallen heroes. And I also wanted to say on the whole Earth's Last Hope Alex Jones thing, I believe in what both those guys are doing. I don't know either one of them, so I can't say which one's CIA or which one's dividing people or yada yada yada. I'm not gonna buy into all that. I'm listening to what everybody has to say right now, so I can make my own conclusion. And it's like old Bill Cooper said, don't believe anybody, do your own research, and that's what I've done. And that's why I'm concerned, because I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, things like the Northwoods documents. How can you put something like that out and not expect people to claim that 9/11 was an inside job? And that's another thing. How does how does a big old airplane hit the most secure building in the world and only a bubble cam on a guard shack hit it? I mean, these are stories I can buy, and they spent, what was it, I think 10 times more on the Monica Lewinsky investigation than they did the 9/11 investigation. So there's just, it's walks like a duck, talks like a duck, but you know, what are you supposed to do? They say, oh, if you look at this, you're a potential terrorist, and now they're saying all our heroes returning from overseas are terrorists because they're looking at this and, you know, they're getting pissed off because this isn't what they fought for, and you know, now they want to say, oh, the returning vets are dangerous, and they use the suicide statistic. But a part of the reason a lot of them guys are killing themselves are because of drugs like Chantix and all these other smoking, depression. All these pills are making people psychotic, and if you read the warnings, psychosis is one of the side effects. So, you know, it's bullcrap. They're pumping our heroes full of these chemicals, and that's why they're having this stuff happen, like Gulf War sickness and all that, and it's bullcrap. And I ain't buying it. I ain't gonna believe a man that goes and puts his balls on the stump for this country is gonna come back and try to blow it up. No way, man. I ain't buying it. And there's a lot of people coming out of the government. The people that are affiliated with the government or have government connections that I like to listen to, Jesse Ventura, Dennis Kucinich is saying some good stuff right now. There's a guy with the last name Ryan out of Ohio. I believe he's a Democrat. Joe Rogan, Ron Paul, KRS-One, Gerald Celente. This man has a 20-year proven track record of going on the news, making a statement, and then having it come true. And it's undisputable. If you put Gerald Celente into Google or the YouTube search engine, you'll see what I'm talking about. This guy, I'm telling you, knows what he's talking about. And, you know, these are the people that are affecting my views right now. You know, Ron Paul is, what is he, a senator or representative from Texas, has been for longer than I've been alive, and he's talking about the North American Union and vaccinations at gunpoint, and that's another thing, the whole vaccination thing, you know, when someone takes a vaccination, they're supposedly safe now, they're good, so if I don't want to take the vaccination, how is that going to affect somebody that's already taken their magical mojo and ain't going to get sick no more? How's that going to come to me? Or, you know, how's that tie together? If you believe their mojo, once you take their shot, you're safe. So, that's just another thing. But Ron Paul, I mean, he's a part of the government. Kucinich, Ventura he quit because he didn't like the way things were going. He was not voted out of office. And he really did have the meeting with the CIA. That's documented now from the CIA HR person. So, that's about me. As you can see, yes, I have some of the tools that may be needed to keep my family safe. I will only ever act in a defensive manner. I will never use any of this stuff to go and attack somebody. If someone comes to my house or wherever I'm trying to hide at to hurt me, well, you know, that's another story. But these guns will never fire the first shot. I swear to God on that. I swear on my family on that. And if I could end this whole thing right now without one shot ever being fired, that would be the route I would take. But it's just getting harder and harder. And they will fire the first shot eventually, or they will eventually put martial law in. So, you know, I really hope that people follow all the advice on the internet saying be calm, you know, rationalize stuff, don't get carried away. Just because your lights start flashing on and off doesn't mean they're coming to get you. So, you know, people just stay calm out there and do not fire the first shot, whatever you do. And there's some people on here saying, you know, go try to engage the UN troops and talk to them. Engage them friendly. Engage them with your voice. And try to talk to them, you know. And I think that's an excellent idea, man. Make these people love us as much as we can. Show them how good we are. Show them what we really stand for. Invite them to our house for cookouts. Show them your guns. They apparently like to play with this shit too. I mean, be cool with them. I've made friends with people from Yemen and Iraq and Mexico, all around the world through my travels in this country and MySpace and YouTube. And, you know, people are good for the most part. Every man has evil. It's just how well does he control it is the question. So, that's about me. That's what I'm all about. And hope you enjoy my upcoming videos. May the Republic stand strong, and God bless America.